And
Bow. Fist of power.
welcome everybody to the Hoagies and Pierogis podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ian DiCarlo. And then we also have a cat as our host today.
Yes. Welcome to the Hoagies and Pussies podcast.
Hoagies and Pussies podcast.
Yes, and it is I, RJ Hammond. We are back again. We are ready to go this week. We got a whole lot to talk about this week.
Yes, All right. Let's
Preseason for sure.
Has anything happened in your life outside of sports this week?
Outside of sports this week, no, not much. It's just a simple week, nothing much going on. I had to train someone at work and I didn't like it. It was, I don't know, not my thing there because at the hospital it's not as easy.
Ghost just closed the door.
At least now I can see behind me. I'm not frozen, so Reagan can't scare me again this time.
That was hilarious. But yeah, it was, other than it being hot as hell this week.
It was hot.
Yeah, this weekend has been really nice.
Yes.
It's supposed to, I think, stay cooler at least for the first part of the week.
That'll be good. I'm excited. Like I love summer. Summer is by far my favorite, and I'd rather be hot than cold. But I am excited for the wake up on that Saturday morning with that cool, crisp air, and know I'm sitting inside all day watching college football.
Absolutely. I kind of got a taste of that this weekend. It got down to 48. I went to see my grandma out in Uniontown. It's like south of Pittsburgh where I grew up.
Yeah. Damn, it was 48 there.
Got down to 48 during the night. Yeah, I think it was probably stayed in the mid 50s for the most part. But
oh my God, that's so cold.
that wind was blowing. I had to get an extra blanket. I was like, yes, I'm happy that I have to get an extra blanket.
I know. And like getting up Saturday morning, going to get a coffee and a donut, sit down, ready to
Dude,
go.
I had a great 3-hour drive home this morning. I woke
I'm
up
not
at like 6:30, left by 7:30.
I'm not ready to do that drive. I have to do it this weekend. It's gonna be, well, I guess it won't be 5 hours because we're gonna stop at Reagan's on the way, but still, I'm not ready to do that drive again. I hate it. It's so boring.
It is.
There's some nice views, but it's just like, oh, especially when you've done it so many times and you know, like, you're like, oh, I haven't got to this point yet. Jesus.
If I would have known beforehand, let's just wait for that. Let's get baseball out of the way. All right. So let's see here.
We're starting with your team this week.
Yeah, a little bit of Pirates. I guess you could call it a blunder. A lot of people want to burn him at the stake, crucify him. Rodolfo Castro had his phone in his back pocket during the game, and it fell out and they slipped to third.
I didn't know that was like, is that a thing? Do baseball players just carry their phones with them?
So I didn't know this at first, but I've learned since then it is very bad to have your phone or any electronic device in your pockets because of the whole sign stealing scandal.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because you can't even wear Apple Watches.
Nope.
Did anything happen to him? Because I don't. Maybe you saw more stuff because you're more on baseball Twitter and Pirates Twitter.
Yeah.
I just saw the video and I didn't hear anything else about it.
Yeah, the league said they were going to look into it, but then he released an apology before they even said they were going to look into it, and then he was like, "I'm sorry, I'm really embarrassed. Like, this is the last thing I want to happen to me, in my first game up since being called."
That was his first game up too.
Since being called back up, he was up earlier in the year, and he got sent down for. They were actually playing against the Dodgers, I think, and they signaled him to bunt, but he didn't bunt, and he hit a home run instead. Which he's still should listen to the coaches, I think, but I mean, it worked out better. But a lot of people pointed to that. I don't care about that. Just a lot of old people really care about his immaturity.
Baseball fans, just some of them are old and just are so set in their ways with the bat flipping thing and all that.
I was like, you haven't made it like 2 inconsequential mistakes in your life in the span of 3 months ever? Like, come on.
I've made plenty, and I'm only 25.
But yeah, nothing happened to him, so that was fine.
Yeah, but you mentioned the Dodgers. They're on a bit of a hot streak, huh?
They are.
They won 8-0 since they got Joey Gallo. His bat's hot, and the Yankees are 1-8 since that trade.
Yep.
That is very funny. I saw one thing. It's like Gallo again to the home run or something like that, and they're like, I know a team in the Bronx that could probably use a hot bat like this.
Judge is still mashing though. He's gone up to 46.
46.
He's slowing down a little bit, but
how many games are left?
How many games are left?
Gotta be a decent amount, because the playoffs don't start till end of September.
There's probably 50 games left. Yeah.
Oh, he can get to 62, definitely.
I think they're over 100 games in. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's got it. Well, there's a lot of.
I don't know.
I don't know what
the rest of the
schedule looks like.
Yeah, I wish I would have bet my coworker that he wouldn't have gotten to it. But.
Oh yeah.
And then during the Field of Dreams game, we got a new hologram.
Yeah, what is that? I saw that the game was that day, and I meant to watch it, and I forgot to. I think I went to bed early.
Yeah, I just watched the highlights. But they got the hologram version of Harry Carey to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" during the 7th inning stretch.
Oh,
Harry Carey. I just always think of the Will Ferrell impersonation of him on SNL.
Oh, Will Ferrell's impersonations they're like
Harry.
That's like do they still have the Tupac hologram? Does that guy go on like tour?
I was gonna say he joins the Tupac and Whitney Houston holograms. Yep. Someone made a video of Tupac standing behind Harry Carey and singing one of Tupac's songs.
That's funny.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. So it's actually good we waited to record till now, because Fernando Tatis, naughty boy.
Yeah.
I don't. Why did they even try? I know he said it was.
I have ringworm.
Yeah, right.
All right, turn around then.
Bend over and relax. Yeah, I just don't get why. I mean, I guess the old saying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. But like, why even try that at this point? It's what did he get popped for? What was the PED? Did it say?
It was it started with a C, I think. Tatis drug. Yeah, he said he had ringworm. But I'm thinking maybe that's why they were so hard in on Juan Soto.
Maybe they knew it was coming.
Clostebol, an anabolic steroid.
Oh, so yeah, he was. That's real shit.
Yeah, just like Starling Marte a few years ago.
Even if it is like something that you're taking to, I don't know, for ringworm or whatever you have, you should just be like, you should go to the league and be like,
you have to know. Even if your personal trainer says it's okay for you, you should look it up yourself.
Yeah, and they even like the trainers too. If it's, I guess, personal trainer is probably different than like if it was a team trainer, they have to know. But like your trainer should be fired if he is the one that gave you that stuff.
Absolutely, I agree 100%.
Like, they should know. And I mean, 80 games is a lot of games though. Goes all the way into
that's the normal. Year. Yeah, that's the normal drug ban for MLB. It's basically a zero tolerance.
I mean, I get it, and it's probably because of the Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa and all that, and that was a whole big thing, and that's why they have the zero. But 80 games is a lot of fucking games. Like, how much was it really helping him? Is the thing. Like, He's not like.
Well, he was coming back from an injury too, so I don't know what.
Yeah, like unless like what are the Padres right now? They're not leading. They're definitely not leading that division or whatever you call it.
They might be in second or third.
Close. Let's see. Standings. No, National League. They're in second.
Yes,
and Tatis wasn't like, I don't know. I didn't hear much about him. I don't think he's having like an unbelievable year. So like,
he's been out because he's been out for most of the year.
Yeah. So like, what is? I don't know. I think it's dumb, but I get why they probably have that. I don't even know. Like all sports have dumb rules that are so hypocritical sometimes.
They are. They really are. Oh my god.
What?
But yeah, it was. Other than that, it was kind of slow for baseball.
Yeah. It's I think I'm definitely gonna really tune in for playoffs for sure once that comes around.
Yeah.
Like I'll get excited for that because I think the Phillies they're in a spot where they could make a wild card game. So I'll definitely be in if the Phillies get in there. So they have a. And DeGrom came back yesterday and he just shut us out.
Oh, DeGrom's been since DeGrom came back, he's been lights out.
Yeah, I mean everyone says I need to actually like watch him pitch a game because people talk about like even like other pitchers they're like no he's the best, he is like by far way above everyone, so I gotta watch him. I mean he's always on Pitching Ninja too anytime he pitches. That's like 8 of his posts. But
all right, so yeah, that's it for baseball this week.
Yes, let's move into football.
And before we get into the preseason games, we have a like a preseason show here.
Yes.
Fucking
I have not watched in a couple years. I forget the last one that I watched though. But it gets you amped up. It gets you ready for football.
It does.
You hear the sprinklers and for the grass in the morning and the whistle, the pads hitting. And it gets you so amped up for these teams. Like I'm all in on the Lions. After one episode, I'm like the Lions they're gonna be not like great, but I'm like Lions are making the playoffs this year.
Dude, they have a stacked coaching staff.
I know.
Like notable names everywhere.
Yes, all over.
Yeah, I didn't realize
all
that
former players pretty much.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Dan Campbell coached under Sean Payton. Antoine Randall's on the team. Deuce Staley. Deuce!
Two former Eagles. The offensive line coach, I believe, was an Eagle as well. Like,
oh, gotcha.
I loved Deuce Staley and the defensive coordinator. What was his name? Them just yelling at each other.
Then going back and forth.
Going back and forth. We're gonna be in your ass. We're gonna be in your ass. You're gonna have them tackle.
You're scared.
Why are you circling me? Because look, that's what vultures do. They circle their prey when they know they're about to die.
So good. And his at the end, I don't know how much you watched at the end, but they were in the film room.
Oh.
And he said, "All right, if any of you bust ass, it's a fine. If you bust ass, you go outside, you wait 8 seconds, that's on my count, and then you come back in. Gotta close the door.
Rule.
Go out for 8 seconds, come back in."
That's a tight room. That is a tight room. So
I
would not want to be in there. Yeah. So and Dan Campbell, I would do anything for that man. He is that guy just loves football so much. When he was like giving his speech, not the one at the beginning, but when he was out on the field and he's like crying, kind of, that's a man cry. I was like, that's not.
Yeah.
That is not being a pussy.
More for you guys.
And then followed right after by Jamal Williams. Oh my, he's like,
that
was crying for you.
That one got me to tear up a little bit too.
I know, me too. I'm sitting there. I was at work sitting watching a patient. I had it up when I was watching, and I was like, well, because she like was sleeping, so that's okay. You're allowed to do it. That's okay. But I'm watching, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, You tell him, Jamal. This is what you got to do. You're family.
Dude, I loved what he said when, like, before that speech when they were going up against the defense. He was like, running through y'all like diarrhea. Drip, 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 drip.
That was funny. Oh my god. Yeah,
I love that was my first time ever watching any Hard Knocks. It's the first year that I've had, well, I had HBO Max last year, but I don't think I watched it last year.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it can be corny, and it's like if you go back and watch other ones, it's like they do it. It's like rinse and repeat, the same kind of thing. You know, everyone's coming in. They have you follow a like third stringer who they like make you fall in love with him, and he gets cut, and you're sad because he got cut, and you're following him and you're like, oh, this guy's gonna be a dog. And there's always someone that from like watching it, you're like, you want to get that guy in fantasy, so you're like, let's go, man, I can't wait. And it's just, and it's even more fun once they do preseason games, because you get to see some stuff from preseason games and whatnot, which I watched a little bit of preseason, and I got some takes.
Yeah, the last thing I wanted to say about Hard Knocks is in the beginning they're like, training camp is, blank. And then one guy was like, training camp is a bitch. Like, it was the most original thing in the world. I was so good.
That was corny. I cringed a little bit when he did that. I was like, oh. It's like, really? And then they started the in-season one last year with the Colts, and I didn't watch that at all. But Cardinals is a little bit more interesting with everything that's going on.
They showed DeAndre Hopkins doing like training,
jumping and whatnot. Which speaking of the Cardinals, I guess Cliff Kingsbury had Kyler Murray call the plays. This is gonna be we can transition to preseason here now. He had Kyler Murray call plays for the offense the last quarter, and if you go to like the game cast, it's like 3 plays, punt, 3 plays, punt, 3 plays. And Cliff said he's like, this shit ain't easy.
Oh man. Mm-hmm. But yeah, earlier in the week, I heard some pretty bad reports from Patriots training camp. When they were in 7-on-7, the offense looked unstoppable. Mm-hmm. But when the linemen came in for 11-on-11, the offense was shitting the bed, I guess, and they couldn't do anything.
Oh God!
And people were starting to get mad. But yeah, I got a Cole Strange jersey.
Did you actually?
I bought one. You want to know why?
Why?
He is number 69.
Oh,
Strange 69. Come on. Andrew Stuber gave up his number for Strange to have 69. That's hilarious. That is so funny. Stuber's now 64.
Oh my God, Strange 60.
I had to, and he looked. I bought it on Friday. He looked good on Thursday.
That's that was my favorite thing about watching some of these preseason games is like, I'm like looking up what the rookies' numbers are, and I'm like, all right, who do I got to watch for? Like, not even just the Eagles, like everyone. Because I was like, who do I got to watch out for? Like Thursday night with the Ravens game, I was like, all right, what number is Kyle Hamilton? Yeah. I got to keep an eye out for him. And he recovered a fumble, and I was like,
you said he was looking good, huh?
Yeah, he was looking pretty good out there. I mean, again, it's preseason, and who was it? The Titans. Malik Willis played the whole time, so
he is pretty exciting, huh?
Exciting. He looks.
He was like I don't know Vince Youngie almost. Like he's like bigger.
Yeah,
he's a lot bigger than I thought. What happens?
No, this is what I think. I think when they get to the NFL, like the difference between, I know these colleges have like state-of-the-art facilities and stuff like that, but the difference between some of these players when they get from college to the NFL, they look 10 times bigger. Like I remember watching Malik Willis a couple games, and he looked like not like Kyler Murray, because I don't think he's like small.
He played for Liberty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's their camera or what, but I agree with you.
Any of them. They get there and you're like, he looked like a bowling ball out there, but like good because he was slinging it.
Like Michael Vick with the fucking that stomach band.
Yeah. Yes, when we had him. Oh, like, and he looked good. And I think they'll probably ride with Tannehill for this year and maybe even next year. I don't know when his contract's up, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I think like Tennessee's got a good setup over there with like head coach. Vrabel's awesome. And just their organization, I think they're run very well. And imagine like Willis was running. Imagine if you have that running threat with Derrick Henry. Like that's
That would
pretty
be
dangerous.
awesome.
Like imagine if Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry were on the same team.
Oh, dude. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, like Malik Willis isn't going to be Lamar Jackson, but even just to have like the slightest running threat.
Yeah.
Like, who are you going to give it to? Who's going to be running the ball? Like
I think that was a good pick, but I also don't think the Steelers are going to regret drafting Pickett.
no, but they.
I know it was the second half of the first preseason game, but he was looking good.
And Trubisky looked good. Trubisky will be. I think Trubisky only signed a 1-year deal, right?
Trubisky will definitely start for sure. I think
Yes.
it was a 2-year deal, but he will definitely start this year. He was looking good in the first half or first.
I think they just play both of them. Just do the first half with one and the second half with the other.
Yep. Whenever Mitch starts to struggle, put Pickett in.
Just do the switcheroo. They can't prepare for two quarterbacks. You never know what's going to happen. You're just making the other team do more work.
like how the Saints wanted to make it work with Breeze and Taysom Hill the last 2 years.
I think he's just actually a tight end now, I believe.
Yeah, me and John always just say it's money laundering.
Yeah, he was
the contract.
He was always nice to kind of. Yeah, his contract weird. It was like he can make this much if he plays quarterback or this much if he plays. But I always liked picking him up random weeks in fantasy because he was almost always on the waivers and then just dropping him next week and being like, it might be one of those Taysom Hill games where he scores like 3 touchdowns out of nowhere.
Exactly. Yeah, but I wanted to say Cole Strange doesn't wear any armbands or gloves, so it's kind of easy to see him on the line, on the offensive line.
Oh, he goes straight skins.
Bare, dude.
Oh, so he's a man. Where's he from? Nebraska?
They drafted him out of Chattanooga.
Oh, so that's a real Belichick pick. Yeah, he it was a real Belichick pick.
Yeah.
Belichick is such a like the money's in the crumbs kind of guy, where he's like, I don't need to watch Alabama and all that stuff. I'm gonna go down to Chattanooga and I'm gonna watch Cole Strange.
Dude, I was very happy to see him and Tyquan Thornton do well.
And I got to watch. We were out at dinner, but I did get to watch some of the Eagles preseason. I had it on my phone while we were there.
Oh, nice.
And the offense looked good. Like I think they had first team out there the first drive, and they took it right down and scored. Scored twice technically because Hurts ran one in, got a penalty, came back, just right to Goddard, wide open. So it made me pretty excited. Interception, first defensive drive. Kaiser White, the guy we picked up from the Chargers, I was like, let's go. It got me so amped up. It's like, oh.
Oh my god! But yeah, the rest of I watched all the Steelers game. Pickens looked good too.
He was good last year. I mean, I remember watching him. I don't normally watch Pitt games, but he made Pitt games appointment TV for me. I was like, I need to watch Kenny Pickett play.
Oh no, Pickens, George Pickens.
Oh, George Pickens.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year. I might have to.
I have him on my watch list for fantasy. I shouldn't divulge too much.
I know. I always look up the rookies before the draft. I'm giving away my strategy. I shouldn't, but I'm like, because now, especially since I watch more college football, I'm like, I remember this guy. This guy is gonna do something.
Well, we all know about all the high wide receivers for the rookies.
Yeah.
So I feel like wide receiver should be put off a little bit later. not
Yeah.
later, but I don't know if I'll go wide receiver first.
There's a lot of depth in the skill positions now for everything. Like even like you're not going to find your bell cow backs anymore. Like Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry are really your only two that like aren't necessarily in like a tandem with someone else that are going to be getting the ball a bunch. Well, even Jonathan Taylor, he loses a couple touchdowns to Naeem Hines a lot, and that pisses me off because when I had Jonathan Taylor, or if I bet touchdown score, I'd bet Jonathan Taylor, and every time they get within like it's like always the 10, it's like a screen pass to Hines, and I don't realize it. I'm like, yes, let's go, and then he turns around and I'm like, God damn it. So, but yeah, that I'm excited for fantasy. It's going to be so much fun.
Mm-hmm. I have an idea about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
At the end of the episode, we'll talk about it. Yeah, not right now.
Yeah. The other, I didn't notice much from our defensive guys, like Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis. Mm-hmm. It was kind of hard to tell because, like, for some reason, we have YouTube TV. So for some reason, because we get like the local Eagles and we got the local Ravens like broadcast of it, it didn't fill the whole screen, and it was like I was watching TV in 2004. Like it wasn't HD. So, like who the fuck is? So I couldn't tell much. I'll have to look at highlights and see. Or maybe I can find someone that breaks down film. You ever watch someone break down film every so often?
Like on
Twitter, YouTube, whatever.
Yeah, so Belichick actually goes in like weekly, and they do like a little like 5-minute breakdown of some important plays of the week.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, he does a couple. I think it was with ESPN or something. He did it on there was YouTube, and I loved watching that. Like listening to Peyton talk about like breaking down how he talked about one time how Ed Reed like faked him out. He like made him think Ed Reed was going this way, then Ed Reed looped back around all the way to pick him off. He was like, it was the most amazing thing I've ever watched. And watching him break it down was crazy. So I'll have to look at that to really get a true, feel on how they did. But I'm excited for them. I just from watching them at Georgia. I mean, Jordan Davis is just massive. Like he's up huge. He can take up like 3 people. But he's the biggest person that looks like a baby.
He does. Did you see that video of him blocking the other? It was the rookie offensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
He was like hopping back.
Yeah.
I saw people reverse it, and they're like, Jordan Davis is getting worked in camp, and I think some people were getting like messed up by it, like thought it was real. Bro. It's like, how is that real? He's literally hopping forward.
Yeah, that wouldn't. Yeah.
Cool, but. Trying to think of any other preseason games.
I know the Bears and the Chiefs are playing right now, I think.
I thought that was yesterday.
Or yesterday, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, they played. There's a bunch yesterday. Are there any today? I don't think there are. Oh, yeah. Just one.
Just one?
Vikings and Raiders. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll have to pay attention a little bit more to them this week because this week and next week is when you'll really see other people start to play. Like,
yeah, none of the starters.
There's a bunch of starters that hardly played. Oh, we got our first look at Baker in a Panthers uniform. I like it. I think he looks great in that Carolina blue. I'm talking myself so into the Panthers and the Raiders this year. It's bad. Because it's going to affect.
Because it's going to be true. I don't know if the Panthers are going to be as good as we think they are, but I think the Raiders will be really good.
We put the Panthers in like the divisional round of the playoffs. I don't know. And
well, I don't know. I put them as sleepers to win the division, maybe not divisional round of the playoffs.
No. What did we had them at like we put them at like 11-6 or something going through their schedule. But the Bucks are just getting hurt left and right now. So could open the door. And Brady,
it's possible.
He has left the team. That did you see that news? He left the team.
Yeah, he has like a personal issue.
It must
gonna
be
be
something
back
serious.
after next week. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully everyone or like around him is all right. So
Yeah, I hope so
just
too.
like to say that for sure.
Definitely.
I just thought of another preseason thing that I wanted to mention.
The Jets.
Fuck. Oh well, that too.
Zach
But
Wilson out. Gonna be out a month probably.
yeah, that looked bad at first. I was like, oh, they had some pretty high. A lot of people are high on the Jets this year
He
because
tore his meniscus, right?
no, it's a bone bruise.
Oh.
So I don't. He's going to get an operation or something like a scope. I don't know. But
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
why I thought it was a torn
How do
meniscus.
you? I don't know how you like. What surgery fixes a bone bruise? I don't know. I should know this. I'm the nurse. This is something I should have the answer to.
Two funny
No,
things that happened. Tony Jefferson, DB for the Ravens, said he hasn't worn his glasses in years.
yeah, I saw it. Does he wear contacts or just he's just like, no,
Like,
I don't wear glasses.
probably not. Probably even during games, he's like, I have to admit, I haven't been wearing my glasses. This changes everything.
That's like Jameis finally getting LASIK, and he's like, oh, I can see the
Exactly.
linebackers now.
Not like that all the
Uh,
time. And
and
then,
the wait, now before the other one, did you see what the Jags fans did to Sean?
fuck you, Deshaun, or fuck you, Watson, or something.
They were yelling, "You sick fuck" at him.
Oh,
He sucked.
you
He
sick
did
fuck.
not do
You
great.
sick fuck.
He was like 1 for 7 and didn't even. I don't think he got a first down. So
Yeesh. That's bad.
now, and I talked about this with Reagan yesterday. Actually, we love Reagan.
We love Ray Gun.
If he ends up because they're appealing the suspension, the 6-game suspension. If he's out, if they get a year for him this year, like that's 2 years that he didn't play at all. Like
Mm-hmm.
he played a little bit for preseason here. I don't think he played any preseason last year, but like that's a lot of time to not have real snaps in football, and that matters. Like remember, I mean Le'Veon Bell was a little bit older, but Le'Veon took that year off, went to the Jets, and could have had to do with the Jets. But
Yeah.
even when he was with the Chiefs, like he was not good. He was not good after that.
Nope,
And I
that's the
think
thing. And I mean, it was the same with Kaepernick. And after 2 years, we were like, all right, well, he's not going to be good even if he does come back after 2 years. That was a while
so.
ago. So if
I
we're worried
think
about Deshaun coming back after 2 years,
yeah, and I know he's younger, and I think last week we were on the last week or 2 weeks we were the exact opposite, where we're like, people are going to forget just how good Deshaun Watson was. He might not be good when he comes back because that, like I said, that's a lot of, and especially like you're not building up that like relationship with your or that whatever you want to call it
yeah.
with your wide receivers. I think Amari Cooper's hurt too. Um, like you're just not building that trust with your line and all that other stuff.
Oh, yeah, he is
That
questionable.
that's gonna matter. So the Browns put a lot of money into something that could ultimately fall apart, and it might be the ultimate Browns thing possible if this falls apart because they were in playoff games. They were one game away from being in the AFC Championship game 2 years ago with Baker, and they just shipped him off, and Deshaun could end up being a disaster. So I'm kind of talking myself into rooting for the Browns to fall apart again and Cleveland to just be miserable.
Well, I think everyone is. That's just a normal thing.
Especially since he's just that's despicable. So
Yeah. So
anyway,
I
go
learned
ahead.
this
The
was
other
this
thing.
was fake a little bit, but
What?
yeah.
Oh.
Antonio Brown's biggest regret in life is not getting to see himself play live.
Oh.
Apparently, he just took that from a meme page somewhere.
Oh, I thought that was real.
It
That
was
was
not a real quote.
real.
It's like watching the Beatles or
Because
Jesus.
I loved that and hated it so much
because like him going through all the stuff of his biggest regrets, he's like, it's not this, it's not that. I'm like, all right, like, what's it gonna be? And he was like, and then he's like, it must be so great for y'all to have watched me play football. And I was like, oh, you cocky fuck you. But I loved it too at the same time for some reason. I was like, this
It
is
was
just so
exciting.
perfect AB. And he's just, but you know what? It's more of a testament at how just insane he is because we all believed it. We were just like, yeah, of course AB said that. Like, he's trying to be a rapper now. So,
I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
and his little dance, I haven't seen it. People have talked. It's like a trend on TikTok. I think it's like ridiculous. So, I don't know. You've got all this money and you can do what you want now. Do whatever with your life. But like, you had such a good setup. He was probably arguably the best wide receiver in the league at that time. And
If he didn't, he would have been in the Hall of Fame if he didn't go through all this shit.
yes, he's not going to be in the Hall of Fame at all.
Nope.
They're gonna, and it's not even going to be like a TO thing where they're going to like hold out. Just no, because
He
he
has
could have
like a Hall of Fame stretch of years, but he doesn't have enough stats beyond that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you were sick of Ben and Pittsburgh, that's fine. You can get it. I can get people being sick of Ben, but like, you were playing with Tom Brady, and you were probably his favorite receiver, and you just like, dude, he was living with Tom.
That's right. I forgot in Tampa Bay for a little bit.
Yeah.
In his
like,
Florida home.
Is he from Florida? Because if he's from Florida, he might be the most Florida person ever.
That would make sense. I don't think he is though.
Like if a headline read Florida man blank and it said Florida man Antonio Brown, it would make perfect sense to me.
Oh, you know what? He is. He's from Miami.
I thought so. Yep.
He is a Florida man.
Oh my God. I just don't get it. I know like all of us say this sometimes. Like, you have all this, it's such an opportunity, you're making all this money and you just like squander that. But I don't know. It's their lives, they can do what they want, but it's just like, why? I'm befuddled by this.
Yeah, mental illness is a bitch.
That's also true. Yeah. So you want to talk a little bit of college ball?
Yeah, I do.
So the coaches poll came out, which I don't. I know no one ever looks at it because we always go by like AP rankings but I think the AP poll is, at least preseason, it's stupid. Like, it's awful.
I do think the coaches know a little bit better to start out the season.
Yeah, and I kind of like it better because it's like, it's literally coaches who coach against these teams and like watch film and stuff. So trust their judgment than these people who have never played football who make the AP poll. So I got to pull it up real quick. Okay, coaches poll.
I was just shocked to see that that Penn State wasn't on there to begin with. Not even like 25. Like,
I was not. I hate to say it, but I wasn't. I think a lot of people are very down on Penn State this year. It's another year of, Clifford, and that's not exciting. It's not exciting at all.
It also seems impossible.
You already know what he is. He could be, like, maybe he has a situation that Kenny Pickett had. Like, Kenny Pickett was nothing until last year. He had like 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and like not a lot of yards until last year when he just came out of nowhere. Maybe that happens for Sean, but I don't see it happening. He's not exciting. He's not really going to lose you any games, but if you're down, he's certainly not going to win it for you.
Nope.
And a lot of these teams, all these teams on here, had good seasons last year or have a lot of hype behind them. A lot of people, like Kentucky, a lot of people are talking about Will Levis, who used to go to Penn State. We chose Sean Clifford instead.
A lot of people have a lot of hype for Will Levis, and he, like, people are saying he's going to be like top 5 draft pick, and I don't necessarily agree, because Kentucky does this. Kentucky does this thing where they have real good years. Like last year, they had a great year. They'll go like 10-2 or 9-3 and go up, and then the next year they just fall off the earth. So, I think like Alabama and Ohio State they're going to be 1-2 all year. I don't think that's going to change. Like, definitely not Alabama. Ohio State plays Notre Dame week 1, I think.
Yeah.
That might be a spot where, but I don't know what Notre Dame's going to be.
2-5. Oh, wow. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
It's going to be, and Texas is up there again.
Yeah. And Georgia's playing Oregon week 1,
there's
too.
A lot of,
that's 3-12.
I'm interested in, there's so many moves happen this year. I'm so interested to see like how everything plays out. Like, I have completely like written LSU off, but I'm forgetting like Brian Kelly's there, and he might just turn it around and right away, and they might just be good again, because every coach that's gone to LSU has pretty much won there, at least recently. Like Saban won, Les Miles won, Coach O won. Like, he's not
Go Joe.
I know we all love Coach O. Go Tigers, but
Go Tigers.
He's not really. Wasn't really a good coach. He was just like a good CEO. He got the good coaches around him. He got all those, and they've all moved on to different jobs. But there's a lot of like old school. I don't know, old school is the right term, but a lot of teams that have been down for a while that seem to be up on the up and up this year, and I think it's gonna make college football a lot of fun this year. Like Texas, there's a lot of hype for. I guess there's always hype for Texas.
Fuck Texas. I hate Texas so much.
Kind of real this year. Like Quinn Ewers, they got great receiver and running back. I love the Red River Shootout. Is my favorite game every year. I always put it on. I told Nate. Nate doesn't really watch college football, and I said, Nate, if you're gonna watch any college football game this year, watch this game. And he's texting me during it. Like, no, what the fuck is happening?
Tell him to watch the Backyard Brawl week 1, baby. Eat shit Pitt. Let's go. Thursday, September 1st at 7:00. Let's go, baby.
That's right. That's coming back. Yeah. That goes back to old what was it? Big East.
Fucking Big East rivalry.
Big East football.
They played each other every year. And it would always go into like triple overtime.
They both got transfer quarterbacks that are supposed to be pretty good. So that
I was gonna say, put your money on West Virginia to beat the shit out of Pitt.
Yeah. Did you see what Pitt's coach said? So
no.
He said, I guess, but it was a couple weeks ago. Basically was talking shit about the offensive coordinator from last year who left. I forget where he went. Mm-hmm. He was like, basically said we threw the ball too much last year. And it was like, you went 10-2 and won the ACC, and I'm pretty sure you won whatever bowl you were in too. No, they lost to Michigan.
One of their losses was against Western Michigan earlier in the year.
Yeah,
the score was like in the 40s.
It's like, we're gonna run the ball and stuff, and it's like, no, sling it, man.
Keep on slanging it, dude.
Keep on slanging.
I'll be here just slanging.
And Miami looks to hopefully be good this year. I would love if Miami was back. Like when Miami, you watch. I don't even need to ask you. You've watched them, the 30 for 30s.
I'm not really nostalgic about it like that though.
But I wasn't.
Their time is come and gone. Like it's over. It's over. Fuck them.
Jeez. Okay. But I think that
fuck the Rock you.
The 3, 4, 5 is going to be very interesting all year. Texas, it's going to be a lot of teams.
Fuck all that bullshit in the past. We're in the here and now, baby.
I know, but the here and now has been Alabama, Ohio State, and Clemson half the time. So I'm ready to see some other teams come back.
10 years from now, people are going to be like, oh, man, do you remember when Alabama was good? Remember that Alabama dynasty? Oh, Alabama's going to make a comeback this year.
They won't ever be Well, I don't know. They were down for a little bit, but they've always been like historically good.
The first 30 for 30 made about them, people are going to be like, oh man, they were so great. We loved them.
They do. I guess I do get caught up in that with those 30 for 30s. I 100 because I'm looking at it now and I'm like, can USC like they're looking to come back and be good because the Pac-12 has been shit.
You know who else? Fuck Derek Jeter too. The man.
Oh, that thing.
The ring or whatever.
The captain, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, the captain.
People. Michael Jordan started such a terrible thing, like the last ride. Is that what they called it? Whatever it was called. That was good. It was a good series. I always like watching the old '90s basketball stuff.
Tom Brady's man in the arena.
Oh my God.
Brought to you by Gillette.
I hated that. I hated that. I like that you even hated it as a Patriots fan.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I didn't get past the episode where they lost against the Giants in the Super Bowl for the first time. So that was like episode 3 or 4.
Yeah, I got to about the same thing. I started watching it and but he just started everyone making these self-serving documentaries about themselves now, and it's like,
yeah,
all right, this might be the worst thing ever. So, yeah, it's dumb. you nailed that one. Man in the arena.
I don't know. I can't remember if I did that in episode 1 or 2 or not. I don't know if I was watching it.
It was, but like that
I was on it late, so
that whole series they had already done gone over all that stuff in like mini documentaries already. They just like added him saying different things.
Exactly. I had already seen every single one of those things on NFL Network.
Yeah, they do
like it's after every single year.
I'm surprised they didn't do more on the Brady 6 in the first one, which I think, why is it the Brady 6? That's so stupid. You know how many other people were drafted before other great players? We don't call them like the Emmitt Smith 10 or whatever. Emmitt Smith was probably drafted high, but it's like people aren't doing that. We're not talking about everyone who was drafted about before Russell Wilson. He was drafted in the third round, not like the Wilson 3. Like, fuck off. I like Brady more now than but I used to because I just respect it. But get off that self-serving bullshit and stop sucking your.
The George Pickens 8, like you're taken in the second round. Quit bitching.
Yeah, I know. Nah, he wasn't. He was fine.
That's just an example.
No, I know. But that video of him on draft night.
Sure.
He's gonna fuck shit up. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be so good.
He looked really good
because he was already good in a Georgia offense that wasn't that spectacular, and he going to the Steelers who just create some of the best wide receivers while they're there. He's going to be something. As long as Pickett, pans out.
Yeah.
You know what? Shane was talking to me about, them legalizing gambling here or something. And I said, I'm surprised they haven't, because there's like casinos and sports books and stuff. And he was like, you'll just have to be a real degen and drive in. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm driving a half hour to place. So I said, and he was like, well, I went to Rivers to place my Steelers Super Bowl bet. And I was like, for when? The next 5 years? It's not happening this year.
Steelers features, please. Fuck off.
He's like, I like that. He's like, I like having the physical ticket. Which, I mean, I get putting in like your favorite team to win, but that just most years that's just.
Yep, right down the drain. Yeah, how about Russell being a cheap ass, huh?
I was wondering if you were going to bring that up.
The most I'm willing to go is $15. Russell, shut the fuck up. You have a kid. You're making more than $15. you're gonna make more than $50 in 16, 17 weeks. Like what? Come on.
Well, like I said, he didn't. I don't think I said it in the group. He didn't pay last year, and it was like $20.
He usually drafts like high scoring teams.
Yeah, but he never makes the playoffs.
I know, but he could win fucking 5. He could have the highest score 5 weeks out of 17.
I thought I liked my little job at Fiesta last night because he was like, I'm gonna be at the bar, and I was messaging one other kid, Zach, in that group today.
Yeah, I know
I was
Zach.
like, I can't believe he's gonna.
I know Zach well.
Oh, good. He was saying he's like, I like you, and he's a funny guy, but he was like, I'm kind of pissed that Fiesta's prioritizing going out to the bar instead of the draft, and I was like, yeah, I know, it's kind of annoying, but I was like, I told Fiesta just to auto draft because maybe he'll actually do good.
Yeah, sorry you can't stop your alcoholism for one night, the draft.
I know, because I think you get on Zoom when we do it.
I did last year, yeah.
Yeah. That's fun. I like Corey,
Corey,
Shane, and I will get on Discord every so often, especially during March Madness. And I think this year, once I get back, we might start doing a survival game. You can hop on Discord on the weekend.
Nice.
It's just fun to hang out because everyone's so all over the place. You get to hang out and talk to people and talk a little bit of shit.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to try and search around and find someone else to join the league who's willing to ante up.
Yeah.
I like the highest scoring player or team each week. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that a lot. And I think we should just do regular, just standard rules.
I didn't plan on changing anything, but I was looking through it and I was like, I wonder if anyone wants to try something different. But
20 points per touchdown pass.
It would be fun to do a league like that. I've heard of people who make leagues that punter is the most important player, punts that are within the 20 or the yardage.
All right, well, I'm definitely drafting the Bills punter.
The Bills punter?
Oh my God. Did you see that?
What? Jesus.
It was like an 84-yard punt after the touchback. It's ridiculous.
He punted it from his own 5 and it went all the way. That was a guy in college. He's from San Diego State. I would watch San Diego State games to watch that guy punt last year.
Wow.
It
was so impressive.
Yeah, he does some crazy. He's got a monster leg on him. I don't understand it. That for the Bills, that's kind of you probably don't punt. You're probably not going to punt a lot this year as the Bills, but when you have to, you're in a tight game playing Chiefs or something.
Yeah.
And you have that guy that can pin Patrick Mahomes back within the 10. That's pretty helpful.
That's important. That's very important. Yeah.
People underestimate how important special teams can be.
Yes, they can.
Special teams fucked Penn State against Iowa last year. And, Sean Clifford getting hurt and three. Oh my God.
It was just going to happen because it was Penn State.
3 penalties in a row. But yeah, that punter was like the MVP of that game. He pinned us in the 5 every time. And I was like, great. This new kid is going to do 3 false starts in a row again.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all for football for the most part.
Also, one last thing. I didn't realize we go to Auburn this year to play. That I think we're not going to have fun there.
Oh, probably not. I'm not even worried about it.
It's not going to be a fun year for us. But yeah, I think that's all I got for football too.
Mm-hmm.
So I put this on here, and I wanted to talk about it last week, but I forgot. So it was one show I was watching. They were talking about the best individual sport athletes, and they mentioned people like Bolt, Phelps, and other ones like that. And it was a live show, and I'm just in the comments, I'm typing Katie Ledecky, because she is. Do you know that I tell you this fact? She has 28 of the top 30 times in the 800 free.
Yep. Well, I'm not surprised by that.
That's insane. And she just destroy. No one's even close. Anything over 400 and above, no one's even close to her. No one even comes close to touching her. And it's, you know what? Damn it. We need more recognition for these women. These women athletes.
You put this on here, and I was like, oh no, is Katie Ledecky trans too?
I just, every time she does something, like, do you know Kyle Stockwell? He's like the swimming Twitter guy.
No.
He'll like tweet about her.
After I stopped swimming, I cut all ties with swimming. I literally do not give a shit about it.
I follow them a lot. They just he'll tweet something about her, and it's always her doing something just absolutely incredible. And I'm like, people need to talk about Katie Ledecky more because she is insane. I think she would medal, maybe not medal. She would be top 8 in a lot of her events in the men's times. I don't know. I just wanted to.
My ass when I was swimming for sure. When I was doing the 800 free.
Yeah, she could kick. I wouldn't even be able to finish 800.
And I got 10th. And I got 10th at Long Course Nationals in the 800. Let's fucking go.
Who are you? I just wanted to say that because she's just insane, and it baffles me every time. I'll text Shane about her. I'll be like, "Do you see what Katie Ledecky did?" He's like, "Yeah, it's gross." It's just, I love when people are grossly good at things. Like Caleb Dressel and his under fly. It's disgusting.
Yeah, he's insane.
But anyway,
another swimming. I know that this one is about swimming as well.
I know
Sports moments that still give you chills watching it again. I saw the tweet and I noticed this was on there.
But there's other ones. So this has to do with every time I see it on Twitter, I'll retweet it. It's the 4x1 400 free relay in 2008 with Mike that helped Michael Phelps get his 8 gold medals, and Jason Lezak should be an American hero because every time I'm getting chills right now thinking of it. It is one of the greatest moments.
Let me get my charger for my computer.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So it's like, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it because it is one of the greatest things ever. Like we were not even supposed to be close in this race, and it is amazing. But I just wanted to, hang on, I'll say this part when he gets his headphones back on.
There we go.
But that just made me think it was because of that. But like, I'll always like. You ever get into the YouTube loop where you start watching like greatest sports moments and stuff? Like,
nope.
No? Oh my God.
No.
Anyway,
I don't really. My life is not all consumed by sports like yours is.
It's not all.
What do you mean? Guys, I need to find a new soccer team. I'm bored with the 15 other sports that I'm following.
I was just bored at work, and I was like, maybe, and I guess what? I didn't watch a single second of soccer this weekend. But I don't know. Like the Penn State game when we made Michigan have to call a timeout on the first drive because it was so loud at the whiteout, like. Or when we blocked the punt against Ohio State. Like, just watching those again, I'm like, oh, like I remember those moments. I remember we were going insane in the house. But you don't have any. That's okay. I just have so many where I'm like, oh my God. Like most of the moments that I like remember watching, or if it was like when we blocked that punt against Ohio State and won, we were all in the house. We were all just blackout drunk. I still have videos from it. We're just jumping up and down. I just have videos of everyone jumping. I've got like a pitcher of beer in my hand, and we're all on way different parts of
Fuck yeah.
It's like completely different. It's
well, guess what, bitch? I do have one.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
It's a Patriots Super Bowl, isn't it?
Nope. Take me back to 2013. Pirates in the wild card game against the Reds. Cueto, and he drops the ball on the mound.
Yeah.
I will retweet that every time. I will watch it every time with the sound on.
That I remember. That gave me chills thinking about it, and I'm not even a Pirates fan at all, or really baseball. And that's
favorite baseball moments. One of my favorite sports moments
in their minds.
Yes.
I think I say it all the time. It's a shame the Pirates don't just get an owner that just spends money, because I remember up at school, like it was my freshman year when the Pirates were good. Everyone, and I mean everyone, was wearing pirate stuff
Yep.
all over. Everyone was all in on it. Like professors canceled class and stuff. Like if they would just do it, that whole city.
Even if they're
As much as
bad,
people give
are wearing
for
pirate
shit.
stuff anyway.
Yeah, because it's cool.
Dude, you can't go wrong with the
cool.
classic P. I mean, even this
Yeah.
isn't the P, but it's fucking cool.
Yeah. It's like the jerseys are cool.
Oh yeah, I wish they would bring back the. I can't wait to see. They'll probably have the City Connect jerseys next year
Mm-hmm.
for the new Nike ones. I can't wait to see what those look like.
Oh God, is Nike taking over baseball uniforms next year?
No, they already have like
They already have. Oh, okay.
2 or 3 years ago.
Like that Nike took over the NBA a couple years ago, and every team has like 30 jerseys, which I know I liked it with Oregon, but when every team does it, it
makes
lot.
it better. It makes it better.
Sometimes, but anyway.
And I don't like how people complain about the swoosh. It's a swoosh. Well, you want to have a Arab Emirates shirt on or logo on your freaking thing, like a soccer jersey?
I don't care about the swoosh. The swoosh is iconic.
Exactly.
The poor guy who made the swoosh got swindled out of that deal.
I think the only baseball jersey it looks bad on is the Detroit's.
Like, is it just? It's just what? Probably like right here.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I don't care about it.
Fuck off, people. People are really bitching about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They always have. Yeah.
What a bunch of losers.
But I think they've been making the jerseys for 2 or 3 years now. So and it's been going good. But yeah, speaking of jerseys, Bill Russell.
Yes, of course.
Jersey number retired. Number 6 is retired.
Yes.
So all of the so like LeBron and
fuck you, LeBron.
They're getting grandfathered in though.
What?
They can still wear 6. So I wasn't super mad about this. I wasn't super mad about this because in baseball it was kind of the same. People that were wearing 42, like Mariano Rivera. Yep, were grandfathered in as well.
Didn't he kill someone, or was that that was alleged?
No, I don't think he did.
Okay, never mind.
Not even allegedly.
Okay,
he would not have been the first unanimous Hall of Famer if he did that.
Never mind. I think it's just from a Mets fan that I follow on Twitter. That
Mariano Rivera is a felon.
Maybe not a felon, like he did something, but I don't know. I think it's just a sour Mets fan, so I think I just got poisoned by that. But I almost put on. So I got duped by an article on Twitter. Not duped because it wasn't on purpose. I guess Tim Lincecum. This is sad news, but Tim Lincecum's wife or fiance, I think, passed from cancer.
Oh.
But I thought it said Tim Lincecum passed from cancer, and I almost put on our itinerary. Like I typed it out and I put Tim Lincecum dead at 38 from cancer. There's our third. And I was like, and then I went back and looked at it again, and I was like, oh shit, no, that would have been bad if I said that. And Ian's like, what? And we looked, but sad.
Wait, what?
Still sad. That's terrible for you, but that would have been even worse if I had put it in. We had talked about it, and you were like, how did I not see that?
Oh,
That guy had a bit of a firecracker of a baseball career, didn't he? Like he came in, was awesome for like 6 years, won 2, 3 World Series, and just
the lifespan of a pitcher is not very long nowadays.
No, there's no Jamie Moyers out there anymore.
He blew out his arm.
Well, that'll happen when you They're doing that motion all the time. I didn't have to do that. I almost broke my
Did
computer.
you just say Jamie Moyer?
Yeah.
He was just old.
He was like 50 in pitching. He was on the Phillies. I'm pretty sure he was on that World Series team.
Was he? I don't know if he was he a starting pitcher? He may have been, but
yeah, I think he was a starter or like middle reliever. I just remember like every game because that was when I would like watch Phillies games with my dad all the time, and they'd just be like, Jamie Moyer is somehow still out there. He's just old and decrepit throwing balls, and he looked old and decrepit.
yeah, I guess he was a starter for a long time. Oh yeah. Yep.
Didn't Nolan Ryan go for a real long time too?
He did.
He was
I
like
think he
some
had.
guy that hit the bird.
What's that?
Was that him that hit the bird?
No, that was Randy Johnson.
Ah, that's a clip that gives me chills. Like the fact that
Bird
that
just
happened
explodes.
Burst
Burst of the feathers.
Every time I watch it, I'm like, that's not real. There's no
So,
way
yeah,
that happened.
Jamie Moyer has 4,074 innings pitched. Nolan Ryan has 5,386. That's the most ever, I think.
So he has almost 1,000 more games. Jesus. Because how many games do you actually pitch?
Innings, not games.
Oh. I was starting to do the math, and I was like, don't you only pitch like 20 games a season or something? That's Jesus. How do you get to 5,000? Okay, that makes sense.
He has 600. Jamie Moyer 696 games. Nolan Ryan has 807.
Good God. That is a lot of games.
Yes, it is.
I shocked you with that Jamie Moyer, huh? You weren't expecting to hear a Jamie Moyer come from me today, were you? Or at all?
No, I wasn't. I was not.
It took you a second, too. You were like, wait, did you say Jamie Moyer?
Yeah, the most innings in a season Ryan pitched was 332, and that's 42 games, which is insane.
Jesus.
Jamie Moyer pitched in 35, and that was
They
only
don't do that.
200.
They do not do that anymore. They're yanking starters by like the fifth nowadays, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Unless they're like really cruising.
They don't get the win unless they stay in through the fifth.
I was wondering how that worked. Okay. I'm glad you told me that because I always think of it and never ask anyone. I'm just like, I'll figure it out one day. Now I have.
There you go.
All right, buddy.
I love scoring games and stuff like that. So gotta know those rules.
Yeah, definitely. All right, what's this idea you got here?
Oh, so this is for fantasy football. I would like to do like an episode
okay.
from my perspective and then an episode from your perspective.
Of what do you mean?
Like the drafts, like your screen.
Oh.
And then we could have but I don't know how that would work because we're all going to be in the same call.
Yeah.
Because I would like to get. It would be funny if we get your reaction separet from mine.
Of like someone
without us knowing what our reactions would be.
That would be good. It would be tough.
But I still think that I'm going to record my my screen.
Okay.
Like next week. So when do you have it set for? When do you have the draft set for?
I have it set for this Friday, I think, at 8.
Okay.
Everyone seems to be pretty much okay with it. I can move it back, but I feel like 8 is early enough. I thought 8 was early enough that you can still go out after if you want, because it might take until like 9:30 if people do it right.
Exactly.
Apparently, I guess Fiesta needs to be out there by like 6.
Yeah, he can auto draft if he can't do it. So
draft from we've had people. I'm pretty sure John drafted from a bar last year.
No, he auto drafted last year.
Did he?
Yeah.
He was on the call for a little bit though. He was like, I'm at a bar. And we just told him to get off because it sounded so awful.
But yeah, it was me, you, Shane, Corey, and Zach last year, I think.
Yeah. Oh. Corey and Shane are always down to get on when we do it. So
absolutely.
It's always fun. I'm excited. I love fantasy.
Yeah.
Like I I reset my roster like Tuesday morning every time.
I'm putting people on my watch list right now. So.
Oh, look at you go! I used to do that, and I just get caught up. So I have a couple names in my head that I remember,
Yeah.
and I have rookies pulled up because for those late rounds, I might go with a bold strategy this year, but I don't know why I would because what I've done has worked.
What you've done has worked. So.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I got very lucky 3 years in a row. I just happened to draft the MVP 3 years in a row. No, Josh Allen was an MVP, but the year I drafted him, he was very, very good. So
yeah, but I think this next week will be a fantasy football draft special.
yes,
And maybe we can
yes.
tell the other guys that we are recording, and then so they don't say anything about like I don't know.
Fair. Yeah, it's like John Huffar. Some people might John might say something that's like Jesus Christ.
I don't think you would, but
What did he?
just as long as everyone's okay with
Did
it.
I tell you what he? No, I'll tell you after we're done recording. I don't know if I want that on here because
All right.
it was not good.
But yeah, I'll be home next weekend. I got a dentist appointment on Friday, so I don't really have to work on Friday.
Yeah,
Nice. I'm home by myself with the dog, so
I'm heading back to school either late Saturday or early Sunday, so we might be doing it Sunday again. We'll see. I'll let you know.
what?
Saturday can record.
This week?
This coming week I'm going back to school, yeah. This weekend.
I just said draft recording on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So bring your stuff with you to. Wait, are you leaving on Friday night or
Like I'm going home. Like we're leaving here to go to Reagan's, and then I'm
on
going
Friday?
not home. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
leaving early.
but you'll
early.
be like in a spot where you can record on
Yes,
Friday
I'll
night.
have it. I'm bringing everything with me because I'm going back to school, so I'll have
Okay,
it.
that's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
We got so confused there somehow.
You got confused.
Okay, I got confused. Yeah, you knew what was going on. I got lost somehow.
I just wanted
All
to
right.
make sure you were going to be in a spot where you could record.
Yeah. I'll be able to.
Sweet. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
So we'll stay on the
okay.
call real quick. And good episode of Hoagies and Pierogis, episode 16.